Hello everyone, Misfit here from cOOp Guys Gaming, back with another episode of Feed the Beast. Well, this quarry has given me more trouble than I thought it was going to give, but it's finally working. It did stall last night, but it's fine. The main problem I had, unfortunately, was with this oil. Where basically, I had the oil down, the quarry would set up the frames, but then the laser wouldn't start. It wouldn't even spawn. It would just be this frame and then nothing. And then the quarry would stop taking power. The power would build up, and then the pipes upstairs would explode. So, wasn't entirely the best. And I tried to get it to work with the oil so much, and it would work for a bit, and then it would just stop. The main problem I had before that though was, because I dug out 2 layers of this myself with this drill, there was 1 or 2 invisible blocks, which apparently when the quarry tried to mine it crashed the server. So my bad on that one. I did read up on that. So what I had to do anyway, was I took a filler and I filled in a couple of layers of this where I had manually dug, and then I took them back out again with the filler, and then I set the quarry going. Then I had the problem with the oil, so I had to take away the oil, unfortunately. Oh, I just thought I haven't actually set up a barrel for soul sand. There's plenty of space in the gold chests. That's something I found with this quarry as well. There's really not a lot of ores, because let's see how much we got. We got about like 15 to 17 barrels of netherrack filled up, and that's all we found so far. Didn't find the chest, by the way. It got yanked up when I replaced it with the gold one, because I just wanted to be sure that the buffer here would be okay. But yeah, I think this thing is producing enough lava for it to keep itself going just now. They're pretty low, but they're working, and that's the main thing. No, that's alright. These engines are filling up. As long as these engines are filling up, then everything else should be okay. But we're not working on the quarry today. What we are doing is what this quarry was for. The quarry was for fuel, and I've been wanting to upgrade our power supply for a while. I've got a bit of a chunk error here. It's a bad time for it, or it's just not loading. Okay. No, that looks like a chunk error. Okay. Come on. Get over it. Down. There we go. I've got no idea how to get back up to my portal. It's a bit laggy today. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, there we go. Up to the portal. But yeah, today we're going to be upgrading our power generation, because the generator we have just doesn't cut it. The one that I built was temporary. It was to tide us over until we reached this point where we could make a decent power generation. What's this about? Oh, I know what that'll be. TMH decided to plant a whole bunch of howlers around here, howler alarms, which annoyed the crap out of me. And then he decided to kill a skeleton with his mining laser set to scatter, and blew a massive hole in the earth. Honestly, him and that mining laser are just trouble. So, power. This is our old generator. That looks like an advanced machine block, and so does that. Must be getting a bit of lag. So let's see. We got 10 magma crucibles, and if I remember right, 20 engines. No, 10 engines. We don't have 20 engines. It's 10 engines. Generating lava, feeding into these tanks, giving us 6 generators themselves, which gives us about 120 EU. Unfortunately, because we're using gold cable, we get a bit of loss, so it's a bit less than that. But we do have the problem where if we want to use any of these larger machines, then got to disconnect everything upstairs. And although I've got some in here now, these machines don't really handle overclockers that well. Like, if I had all of these running, it wouldn't be running continuously. There would be power shortages and all kinds of problems. So, how to combat this? Using all this. This is going to be an upgraded version of the design we currently have, but instead we're going to have an iron tank, and we are going to have 56 magma crucibles and 56 engines. I used up almost all of our tin on this thing, and we had a lot of tin. Not anymore. But yeah, we should have almost everything we need. I need to make a couple more redstone engines, and get a bit more cactus. But I'll go fetch them, and I'll be back when we're ready to start digging a place out for this thing. Okay, we've dug out a part of the basement here. Had to move them over because I actually built them. I actually put that chest right over the building site, but we're going to put it right here, so it'll be one of the first things you see when you come down here. Of course, it's not going to be here. It's going to be down underground, so it's going to be in a pit, kind of like this thing is here. And in fact, this is going to get moved over there and upgraded because this thing just doesn't cut it. So, but in the very top level, what we're going to have is our 4 barrels. And depending on what way you place these things, determines where you see the icon. So, even if I put items on this side, they'll still face here. So I'm just thinking where's the best place, because I could have all 4 barrels facing outwards from this center point, or I could have them so you could just look at it from the front and see, because I'm going to have a barrel on each side of this dirt here. Now let's just put it around. We can always change it. Okay, so there's our barrels. Probably need to get down a little bit further. And instead of all the buildcraft pipes that we've got over here, which have a constant stream of netherrack flowing through it, I'm going to use these transposers. Oh. Now how to put them on the barrels? Actually, what we don't want them. Yeah, that's the way I want them. Okay, so that's fine. I just need to put some blocks back in, and I'll put them on top. Right, that should work. Nope, not that one. There and there. Rip you back out. There. So we're going to have a series of pneumatic tubes coming out of these, and there's also going to be redstone connected to all these, so a timer which I'm going to try and hide over there, which will constantly send out streams of netherrack, and if the magma crucibles are full, they'll return to the barrel, which is important. Eventually, what I want to do, we aren't able to, we can't quite make them yet, we haven't got enough ender pearls. But I want to replace these 4 barrels with one big interdimensional upgrade barrel filled with netherrack, and replace these with a filter. So, not major, but I just haven't had the time to go out and hunt endermen for it. So how are we going to connect these up? Some parts of this I haven't totally figured out. It's a design it was one of the first designs I actually made when I came on to Feed the Beast, and I was quite chuffed with it. But I only recently changed the design to use red power tubes as opposed to buildcraft pipes, and especially these filter things. So let's just get them out of the way. So let's see. Definitely want. I'll have the timer there, I think. No, I'll have to put it there. I'll have redstone coming out there and there. Let's just test that. Yeah, because it needs to be facing directly into the thing. So I want it coming about here. Problem with this redstone though is it's gonna block up some of the view, I think. Yeah, that's totally gonna block the view. Originally what I did have, actually, yeah, you know what, I'm gonna do it. I was just gonna cut it down to have one timer, but instead I'm gonna make 4, and I'm just gonna put 1 in each. So, because this is just gonna block everything. So, give me a sec. I'm gonna go make some timers, and I'll be right back. Okay, we got 4 timers hooked up. I think I'm just gonna leave them on the default 2-second setting. Probably don't need it even that high, but I don't like how they're out of sync, so let's put them in sync. There we go, that's much better. Okay, got a few more layers of this place dug out. This thing is going to be really deep actually, considering that right about here is going to be the very top of the iron tank, and it's going to be the largest kind of iron tank you can make. So I don't know if I explained this design very much, but it's basically the same as this design up here, except that instead of having these tanks as a buffer to the generators, it's going to have all the magma crucibles and the engines are going to be on the tank itself, and it'll just give the whole thing the feel of it being one giant automated machine, which I really like the sound of. Oh, we're going to get rid of that. Just makes it look like one giant reactor, which is pretty cool. The geothermal generators themselves are going to be right at the very bottom. So you probably wouldn't even see them, but they're the least animated part of this machine, so that's fine. Is that okay? Yep, so that's the top of our tank. The floor I'm going to make with glass, so you can look down and see how this thing is running. Although, just thinking maybe if that fuel source was further back, it might be better to look down and see the top of the tank. Nah, it's going to be a mess of pipes anyway, because I'm going to have crucibles and engines all over the thing. So, alright, well, I'm probably going to dig a bit more out actually before I start planting machinery down. Alright, so I actually put some machines down straight away. This is the top layer of crucibles and engines. So that's what 16 crucibles and engines are right here, and there are valves directly beneath the crucibles. It looks like TMH has got a bit of issues here. They're all set up so that they only have inputs at the top and the output at the bottom. So these pneumatic tubes are going to feed through oh, wrong button. There we go. It's a bit weird when you hold shift and you're placing pneumatic tubes. It doesn't actually do the animation, it's just like they magically appear. Well, that's Minecraft for you. So this is the start of the tubing system. So these magma crucibles are probably going to get priority, like filled priority. And the ones at the bottom are going to be the least priority, unfortunately. But that's okay, because they won't need topping up that much anyway. So we've got so there's our pneumatic tubes. One slight issue though is that because this timer's here, I could have lifted the whole thing up, but for simplicity I'm going to put a pneumatic tube there, but just going to shove a bit of dirt in the magmatic engine, just so that they don't get filled up with netherrack, which we don't actually want. So a little bit of dirt, essential piece of technology in this reactor design. We're getting pretty deep, and I think we're only about halfway down with this build. Also found a cave system that we hadn't even been through yet, so I just lit a couple of things up just to stop them pestering me while I'm mobs pestering me while I build this. Right, so gonna keep on building this down. Adding more valves. Should be 5. 5. Thank you. The one downside about this design, about having all the machines on the sides, on the top of the tank, is that you can't really see inside it, which is a bit of a shame. But this thing's more for function than for show. It will be a bit difficult to tell whether or not it has fuel or not, but it's got plenty. Well, it's got plenty of storage, and even if the crucibles and the engines stop running for quite a while, this thing has the capability to stay powered up for a long time. 1, 2, 3, 6. 2 more down, and that should be the bottom of our tank. Right on top of that shard. Yeah, Reaver was telling me something interesting about those shards. It's like the more you mine from an area, then the more the aura of the area goes down. I'm not sure what that's all about. I haven't done any. I think that's Thaumcraft. I haven't done any Thaumcraft stuff. I'm an industrial guy. Yep, looks like TMH has got some problems again. Yeah, well, I'll oh, okay. Quarry stuff. I'm always free for processing quarry ores. Need some more tin anyway, considering I've used it all on these damn engines. Alright, well, I'll go help him out and I'll be back in a minute. Made a little bit. Well, I've only got about an hour left to record, so I'm gonna have to make good time on this. But worked some more on the tank. We're right down by this cave now, and I'm really paranoid mobs are just gonna come in, so I'm gonna have to block it off pretty soon. I was just making the last couple of blocks for this tank. Actually, I can't get in. There we go. May have to put 1 or 2 more valves in here. Oh wow, it gets dark under there. Gonna leave these 2 open just now because it's a bit easier to build this when there is actually you can actually place blocks on it. Because if I was to do that when the tank was finished, it would access the tank. But let's just put these 2 blocks in just now to make sure this thing works as a tank. It works as a tank. It says it can only store 64,000 though. What's going on? Something's not right. That's better. Okay. Let's build some more stuff. Oh, isn't that great? Big wall of machines connected to the tank. So this is what each side of the tank is going to look like. It's really difficult to see actually. Let's just go up here a bit. Okay, a little bit better. So yeah, there is a magma crucible attached to the every valve that's on the side of the tank, each with its own magmatic engine, and there's pipes that connect to pretty much everything. But the lava from the magma crucibles will go straight into the tank, and any lava to power the engines will come from the 2 valves down here, which have redstone engines attached to it, and they will just suck all the lava out, and they will power all the engines which keep the thing running. What I'm wondering now is I wanted the crucibles to be facing out, but I do need to have the pneumatic tubes feeding into the front of these crucibles, and I don't know if this front facing will actually work as an input or not. You want to be safe, I think I'm just going to rotate them. Yeah, let's just rotate them now. So I'll keep on building, and I'll show you it once it's got all 4 sides done. Well, I think I finished it. Well, finished-ish. I've basically finished all the magma crucibles and the magmatic engines attached to the tank. Let's see. So they're all hooked up, and this thing is ready to go. Just need to actually turn this into a tank because it's not one yet. However, in order for this thing to get going, I need to fuel it with tons of netherrack, and then I need lava to kickstart it. Wonder where I could get lava from around here. Oh, that's handy. From our old generator. This thing actually ran down and was pretty low on lava, so I've just been letting it build back up, because I'd rather have this thing full up before it starts pumping into that tank, because that thing will drain it pretty quickly. I'm only going to connect up a short while. However, I do need to get fuel, and I figured that it would need 4 barrels of netherrack to fill this thing up. Might be even more than that, actually, now that I think about it. Yeah, it would be more than that. But I'm not going to cart all that stuff back and forth from the nether. So I've used one of the precious few ender pearls we have, and I've made an ender chest. Only one just now. I do have an ender pearl for another one, but don't have any blaze rods. But I was going to head to the nether anyway, so I'm going to head over there now. Well, this thing's been busy. Got quite a lot of this nether has been completely mined out by the looks of it. How far down is this gone? Mining down to layer 56, and there's actually a hole where we can see where we came in. It's pretty cool. So it's almost 50 layers it's going down. That's pretty quick, actually, considering I only had got this fully up and running yesterday. Also noticed something really bizarre about this. I don't know why. Look, this restrictive tube is supposed to stop netherrack going in here. I was watching this a while, and netherrack goes down here to the barrels like it should, but it's just so far. I mean, it's still filling these barrels up mostly, but occasionally a little bit will come back. I guess it's when a barrel gets filled up, maybe it'll come back. And there's a bit, there we go. Instead of going back to the filter, it goes along here into these chests. And I don't understand why. I think it only started doing this when I entered the nether. It's not really been doing it continuously. So I don't know why it's doing that. Anyway, was trying to think how to set up this ender chest. My original thought was to have a filter right next to one of these barrels, pulling netherrack out of it into an ender chest, and then setting it away. But because I'd be using a filter, I'm worried this thing would empty faster than it would fill up again from the quarry. Especially now it's doing this weird thing. So I might not excuse me, I might not actually use the barrels. I think I'm actually just going to put a filter straight onto these pipes. I'll have to face down, won't it? Let's just put some tube there, and then is that doing stuff? Oh, please don't be confusing the system. Right, hang on, that's firing up. That would push things up, wouldn't it? Let's put it... No. Let's loading stuff into the filter. Stop doing that. Problem is, if I go down one, there's a big bottomless pit. So, is there enough room for me to do that? Yeah, there is. Good. If I do that, that's still going up. Okay. What am I doing wrong? Go up a bit. There? Not sure why it's doing that. See? Thing at the bottom pushes it up. Oh, that is the right way. Okay, that's fair enough. Let's get our ender chest. Oh, we need to die. Oh, break. There. Thank you. Is everything going into that filter now? Oh god, it is. Alright, let's put the ender chest there and break that filter. Because I need to dye it. Red, red, red for netherrack fuel. And then this is gonna get a bit tricky. Shift place. I have no idea if that's filling it up or not. Oh, please tell me I can just break this with a... Oh, I can. Thank you! I was so worried that was gonna break. Okay. Let's put a tube there. And we'll put the ender chest there, so I can actually look in it. Okay, that's filling up. But everything's heading in there now. It's weird how the filter's doing stuff on its own. I thought it would need a timer, that's why I brought one with me. Let's grab some netherrack and shove it all in. Shove it all in. Give me some more. Because I want to see if this thing will continue to... if any netherite is going to go into this filter, if it's still here. Okay. Oh good. Once that's full, it will stop doing it. That's exactly what I wanted. Whew. Okay, that's a load off my mind. I still don't understand why that was doing that. Anyway, well that works, and this is a loaded chunk, so this will keep, as long as this thing's mining, this thing will keep it full. And at the rate it's mining, that will be pretty quick, so I better get my work done. Because I want this to be continually fueling overnight, although I just realised the machine won't be. Okay, anyway, I'm going to ponder that whilst I go beat the crap out of some blaze. Because regardless, I need some blaze rods. Luckily, there's a couple of blaze spawners right over here. So I'm going to go get to fighting. Well, you know what, I'm going to record that because I'm terrible at fighting. So I'm sure that'll be a laugh. We're getting close. Okay. Come on. Show me a blaze, please. Maybe I shouldn't stand so close. Come on. Come on already. Yeah, you're getting faster. You're thinking about it now. You're flaring up a little bit. There we go. Come on. Please don't set me on fire. Oh, okay, what did we get? One blaze rod. Cool. Oh god, they do set you on fire. With this suit. 2 blaze rods. Almost. Halfway there. That's alright. We can take a bit of punishment. How's our suit do? Oh, I don't did I take any damage from that? Oh, I must have done. Come on. Stand. Come on. Come on. Just on the please. Thank you. Nothing. Okay, this could take a while. I'll meet you when I get back to the overworld. Alright, we've got our blaze rods and a few extra just in case. And I don't have any obsidian. 1 second. Okay, it's raining again, but I got my blaze rods. And a couple of extra just in case. And a chest and wool. Could I just use a piece of red wool? I don't care. And a chest. I've done a little setup here. This is not going to be permanent, this is temporary until I figure out something better. So I'm going to have the ender chest right on top of that filter. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Chest, wall jumping, and plant. Perfect. Red dye there. Okay, so let's have a look. And yep, full of netherrack. Okay, so what I've done here is on top of the barrels, I've got some tubes coming from the filter and in netherrack. Basically, it's very similar to what we've got in the quarry, where there's netherrack in all 4 barrels, and the only place for it to go is netherrack. If something enters the chest, which there is a chance it will, because there is no restriction tube on that ender chest. Because if I did that, I'd have to wait for all the barrels of netherrack to fill up before I did anything, and that's already out of netherrack. I had to feed netherrack into this, but then I forgot that the timers were running, so that this is actually fueling the magma crucibles now. So I'm gonna have to, whatever I'm gonna do, I'm gonna have to do it quick. And the only thing I have to do now is to plant this timer, and it will turn on. Hopefully. Let's get back and have a look. Yep, it's drawing out netherrack. Brilliant. Now, is there anything else going into this chest? I was taking it out quite quickly. That's good enough. But the quarry is loaded, so yeah, this should be good. This is filling up a stack at a time, so this should fill up quite quickly. Although, now that I think about it, once they're filled up, that'll fill up. Well, I think I'll just actually stay here and look and watch it. Although, when that fills up, that'll just stop. That's okay. A little extra reserve. Although, do I even need that there? I'm just thinking. Oh, I don't know. I'm not used to red power, and it's very late in the day. So, I'm not entirely sure if this will pump netherrack only. If I take that chest away in the restrictive tube, will that only take netherrack out of the chest, or will it take the first item out of the ender chest? We could test that. Let's test that right now. Let's put in some stolen presents. They are the first thing that comes out, but they go into that chest. That's brilliant. But, I'm just worried when this runs out of storage, because I might keep on trying to pump things out when they can't go anywhere. Anyway. Right, I'm going to go for 1 sec. I just need to get a bit more of this waterproof pipe, and then we can actually get this thing started. Okay, I think we're about ready to hook up our lava to this thing to actually get it started. I reckon about, well, the inner ring of magma crucibles is already filled up with netherrack. The second layer is just getting started. Although, I don't know how far it is now. Yeah, it's only just started. But I'm going to get some lava into the system, just so that when it gets going, it will really get going. So, let's just get this started. I've been wanting to build this for ages. As I said, it was one of the first things I made in Feed the Beast. And there we go, lava's going in. And I thought, wow, this is just free power. It's not as cheap as I thought it was when I made it in creative. I mean, the magmatic engines alone used up about 10 stacks of tin, whereas the tank itself only used about 4 or 5 stacks of iron, something like that. So, yeah, not cheap. A lot of gold for the waterproof pipes. Yeah, but we got some action going on the pipes now, and the engines are now turning on. So pretty soon this will be generating lava all on its own, and that's already draining. I'm just gonna go check those engines in the back, make sure they're not off. I don't want them to be off. They're not off. That's good. It still has netherrack. Yeah, I'm still watching this. The barrels still have a bit to go in filling up. But I think when it does fill up, I might just shut it off for the day. Because it's pretty late, and ideally I want this to burn through its netherrack overnight. One problem with this thing, though, just like its predecessor over here, if it runs out of netherrack, it will have a tendency to try and use up its own fuel. Oh, actually no, it should be fine, because if the netherrack runs out, then the magmatic engines will use up some lava, trying to get the crucibles to make more. But then when the crucibles fill up with power, they'll just stop. So yeah, actually that'll be fine. I was worried this thing was just going to constantly use lava when there's no fuel, and then there would be no lava left in the tank and I have to hook it all back up again. But anyway, I think that's about it for an episode. I got this ridiculous piece of machinery up and running. Next time I'll probably dress up the area a bit, and we'll actually get the generators hooked. Oh, I just thought, this thing isn't even a tank. That would be... that's pretty bad. Let's get that. Let's make it a tank. No wonder it's not doing anything right now. Crucibles can't... that was a wrong turn. Okay, become tank. Tank has become. Okay, so let's go up and see if anything is starting to pour in. It's empty. Please, one of you, put some lava in. Please. Pretty please. Oh, you're not even on. Alright, tell you what, I'll stay here until it actually comes back, until it turns on. There we go, we just got our first pieces of lava. Woo! And it was immediately sucked away. But that's alright, that's fine. It's what it's supposed to do in the startup phase. It sucks the lava out, and then these engines all get going, and then it makes more lava, which gets sucked out, and it keeps going and going and cycling around until eventually these all fill up with lava. And then it's like, oh, where are we going to put all this extra lava? I know, in this giant massive tank. So yeah, this thing, it burns through a lot of fuel, but I've got tons of netherrack. You saw how much netherrack I had in there. I had how many? At least 40 barrels of netherrack, and it's probably going to mine another 60 odd. So quite a lot of fuel, and this thing won't be on all the time. It'll take a while for it to fill up, but once this thing actually fills up with lava, then it won't be on all the time. It will just tick over, so it won't use all that netherrack all the time. So that's pretty cool. Again, just like its predecessor, only a lot, because it's a lot. Just like its predecessor, it takes a while for everything to warm up and get to high speeds and get to the point where it's just making what it needs, as opposed to making all the time. Because this thing is a lot bigger, it will take a lot longer to get to that. So yeah, this is definitely going to be the end of the episode. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed this this little technical demo, I guess, of one of my ideas. Next time we're gonna hook up the generators to the bottom of this thing when it's filled up a lot more, and we're gonna make a big step down transformer thing, a bigger version of this thing, just so we can power everything without transformers, oddly enough. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye now.